I want to show you how to properly download the project files you will need to complete Grader projects. This includes regular homework projects for every chapter, as well as the capstone project that serves as your exams. To open a project, you will click on the Assignments tab, and when you locate the Grader project that you want to work with, let's start with the first one here, the Excel Chapter 1 Grader project. We'll click Start. And the window will open that has 3 steps. The first step is to download the starting materials, which is demonstrated in this video. The second step will be to work on your own, offline, away from My IT Lab to complete the assignment. And once completed, you will return to My IT Lab to upload the completed file. I'll show you how to do that in a separate video. For now, we'll click on the Download Files link. And I'm working right now in Mozilla in Firefox. Depending upon the browser that you use, your screen here will look slightly different. I will show you in a minute how things work in both Internet Explorer and in Chrome. But for now, let's take a look. You see there are 2 files for this particular project, an instructions file, which you will need, and the starting Excel file, which you will also need. Sometimes there are more files than 2, and if there are more, then you will need to download each one in the method that I show you here. If you understand zip files and how to download them and unzip them and work with them, you are certainly welcome to use the Download All Files link that you see here. However, I think many of you will find it easier to download one file at a time and not worry with the zipping and unzipping of things. So to get the instructions document, we'll click the little green arrow here for that particular file. And working here in Firefox, I get a screen that prompts me and asks me whether I wish to open the file with Microsoft Word or save the file. You actually can do either one, but you might want to open the file with Microsoft Word, for example. We'll click OK. And you can print this off, you can minimize it, you can change the size of it, you can do whatever you want to here. But what I want you to notice is if you intend to save this file to your jump drive, you want to click on the File tab and notice the location of your file right now, and it will say something similar to this. The keyword here is in the middle, somewhere in the file path. If you see the word temp, which you will because this will have been downloaded as a temporary internet file, it means that when you save the file to that location, you are probably not going to be able to retrieve the file and open it again later. So if you open the file, you want to go to the File tab first and click Save As. And then navigate to, hopefully, a place on your USB drive. The drive is here. And I recommend before you start projects that you create a CISM 2530 folder. And then within that folder, have a subfolder for every chapter. So that for Chapter 1 materials, we can click here, and we'll save the instructions file to the USB drive. And that way, when I go back now and look, you'll see the location is on my USB drive, and now I know that I can navigate back to it to find that file. For now, we'll just go ahead and minimize the instructions. And we'll repeat the same procedure for the Excel file. Download, choose to open. We want to click the File tab. And notice again, we are currently in a temporary location, so we'll click Save As. Navigate to the USB drive, folder, subfolder, and save that starting file. You can minimize this as well, and close and return. And at this point in time, I actually recommend that you close all those screens, maybe even close completely out of My IT Lab. I'll leave it open actually for now because I want to keep the video as short as possible. My Chapter 1 folder, and there are my 2 files. I can open the instructions file from here, and I'll show you a neat little trick. If I resize this window and then drag it over to the left-hand corner and drop it, it fills half the screen. If I now open the Grader project, resize it, drag it to the upper right-hand corner, And now I can view the instructions and the file that I need to work on side by side. Again, follow the instructions to complete your project. When you're done with your project, you will want to save your changes. Didn't make any changes, but we'll save it for now anyway. And then close completely out of these before you go back to My IT Lab to upload your completed file to the grader. Now, if you're working in Internet Explorer, just to show you the difference of how things work, I download files in Internet Explorer. I see the same green arrow, but the behavior is a little bit different. I have options to open it, which I could open it and do File Save As, just as we did before. For consistency, this might be the best approach to follow. You can save it. If you click Save rather than Save As, it will save it to the folder designated for downloads on your hard drive. Or you can click Save As and navigate directly to your USB drive. Or you can, once again, can open and save the file where you want it to go. And finally, leave this page. If you're working in Chrome, start this homework project again here. Once again, you'll see the same option to download files. And the behavior here is a little bit different yet. When I click download, it doesn't give me any choices. It just automatically downloads the file that I clicked. And if you look at show all downloads, it's showing you where it put these. And again, this is in your downloads folder. So again, you may want to go ahead and open that file. Maximize this again. And look at its location. If where it's located, you actually can leave it there if you wish to, since this is not a temporary location. But once again, I would really recommend that you click Save As, and then navigate again to your USB drive and save the file there. This is the best way to make sure that you know where your files are and do that in a consistent manner. It will make it much easier to upload your files once you've completed them and submit them to the grader.